Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So, I've done a lot of videos throughout the, I don't know, however long it's been, where I've kind of like gone over like, okay, like, here's some units that they could add to like the Shadow Dragon Saga, for example, right? To buff it, to make it a stronger category, like what it sort of needs. I'm gonna sort of do this, but just centered sort of around, I mean, it's hard to say, okay, so the download celebration, right? In V-Jump, it literally says, we're going to take a look at it from Dragon Ball Hype here. It says the end of the Buu arc, but, I mean, we know Vegito and Buuhan, right, are the dual Dokkan Festival, because these are the two events going away, right? Very bizarre, by the way, that they are going to, like, add a new stage to this event, even though Global doesn't have one of the stages, right? It is pretty odd, but, you know, whatever. I guess it's not really that big of a deal. It's still just a little strange. And then, of course, this is the, you know, Goku and Vegeta, you know, fusion event. So we know that Vegito and Buuhan are the two big dual Dokkan Fest LRs. Now, if we take a look right here, we have, this is Hercule. This is, like, right when Buu blows himself up. And then this is Goku arriving back on the battlefield with the Potara to fuse with Gohan, right? So, like, one thing is, this Goku potentially, I mean, if he still keeps the Potara, could maybe end up on the Potara category. Because the way they work the Potara category is it's like, it appears to be characters that, like, are either wearing the Potara or maybe are gods, or they eventually are going to fuse with the Potara, right? So I feel as though, like, if there's, like, if they release, like, a Goku, I mean, one of the like, options, I think, for a character we could see during the download celebration would be, like, a Super Saiyan 3 Goku that's wearing the Potara, because he fights Buu Gotenks. So with that, you know, you add him to the Potara category, and that's helpful, because, you know, a Super Saiyan 3 Goku would have Over in a Flash. Who has Over in a Flash? Physical Vegito Blue. Tech Vegito Blue, you know. Pretty big deal. And LR Vegito Blue as well, right? So, like, that would help, for sure. Like, some sort of Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I don't know what he could be, a defensive unit, a support type unit, anything like that. But it does seem as though this celebration, it's hard to say where it's going to end, right? I think very clearly it's going to, like, sort of this celebration, the starting point is, like, you know, sort of when Buu blows himself up against Ultimate Gohan. That makes sense, right? Because literally the last Dokkan Fest exclusive for JP was Ultimate Gohan, right? So we have that, and then where is this celebration going to end? I assume sometime around when Kid Buu is, like, when Kid Buu shows up. But, like, you know, we know that the dual Dokkan Festival is going to be Vegito. It's going to be a base form Goku and an Angel Vegeta that fuse. And then what is the Buuhan card going to be? Is it going to be Buu Piccolo? Is it going to be Buu Gotenks? Is it just going to be a standalone Buuhan? Like, who knows? There's so many things they could do. They could potentially even just make it a Super Buu starting out, but, like, we've already got a transforming Super Buu. So I think making it, like, I think the best way to do it would be a Buu Piccolo, and then they could give Buu Gotenks an easy A, but we will see. So, all right, let's just go ahead and jump in. And let's go ahead and take a look at some of the options. So, for starters, I do not believe there's even a Piccolo in Dokkan right now that's on the Buu Saga, which is just very, very bizarre to me, because Piccolo has a very, very big role during the Buu Saga. I mean, he gets turned into stone by Dabura very, very early on, but then after that, I mean, he's, like, pretty much like the brains behind them, the you know, counterattack against Buu, or whatever you want to say, right? You know, helping with Goku teaching the fusion dance to Trunks and Goten. You know, Piccolo using his smarts to allow Trunks and Goten to even have a shot at fighting Buu. And then eventually Buu realizing, you know, how smart Piccolo is and absorbing him, right? So, I mean, giving us a Piccolo from the Buu Saga would be a very good idea. I don't know if he'd have a different name or anything like that, so he wouldn't be good for the Namekian category, but he certainly could be a very good option for the Majin Buu Saga team. Maybe even make him a Majin Buu Saga category support type unit. I think could be very good. I mean, we'll see. There's a lot of things they could do, right? And then, of course, Goten and Trunks. You know, we have the free-to-play version of Goten that fuses into Gotenks. They give us a free-to-play version, I think, of Kid Trunks that could do the same. Would be cool. All right, so Buu Gotenks himself. I do think this is a Dokkan Festival exclusive worthy character. Considering the way he beats Gohan's ass down. And then even Goku, like, you know, I don't think, they don't fight in the manga, Bootanks and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but Bootanks kind of gives Goku the business a little bit too. I mean, it's a very short fight, right? But, you know, Bootanks is much stronger than Goku and Gohan at that point. So I do think this is a Dokkan Festival exclusive worthy character. He does, like, I think his fight with Gohan is pretty good. He does do a variety of attacks. But there is a fairly decent Buu Gotenks that exists in the game. Well, I don't want to say decent, but it's a Buu Gotenks that at the very least is coming up on an EZA soon, right? Because what happened is they gave an EZA recently to buff Buu, and I think he's the best Majin Buu currently in the game. This guy right here is just insane. Like, we're talking over 200k defense, 4 million attack stat, damage reduction. He's ridiculous, right? So, knowing how ridiculous they made this guy, who was basically complete fodder beforehand, and then how, like, ridiculous he is insane now, right? Like, again, he went from 2 key and 70% attack into this behemoth right here. Like, he's just so crazy. And then, obviously, you know, the links, you know, Majin Buu units get some of the best links, link upgrades in the game after the link level update. Like, we know all about that, right? I think Buu Gotenks here could have a very, very similar upgrade. Like, you know, he lowers superclass enemies' defense by 50% right there. They easily could add him lowering attack as well. You know, he could have like 150% attack and defense or something like that. He already seals. He can maybe raise attack for 1 turn. You know, there's a lot of stuff they can make this Buu Gotenks ridiculous to where we don't actually need like a standalone Buu Gotenks card. But I mean, Garesh did point out that Buu Gotenks right here probably would sell much better than Buu Piccolo, right? So, I mean, the Dokkan Fest exclusive, it could be a Buu Gotenks into Buu Piccolo into Buuhan. It wouldn't make sense to go Buu Gotenks into Buu Gohan because, well, I mean, they could make it, we'll talk about it, but they could make it the exact, like, the animation could be him going from Buu Gotenks, he goes Buu Piccolo during his transformation animation, but then he immediately transforms into Buu Ultimate Gohan, which would make sense, because he doesn't fight as Buu Piccolo, right? He just immediately absorbs Gohan. So, this character would be good. He is on some interesting categories, too, right? Final Trump card, Kamehameha, you know, so we could definitely see some good stuff with this Majin Buu character right here. I would love to see him EZA'd. Then, of course, you know, Dende. They're not going to go a celebration without buffing Realm of Gods. And considering Kami is on Realm of Gods, I would think Dende also being on Realm of Gods would make a lot of sense to me. They could not put him on Realm of Gods, but, like, even in Dragon Ball Super, Dende is able to sense Beerus's ki. Like, he's a god, right? Like, that's, you know, it's stupid because Piccolo, right, if I'm remembering correctly, isn't Piccolo not able to feel Beerus's ki, but Dende is? So yes, Dende should be on Realm of Gods. And honestly, we should have a Dende from the Planet Namek saga. We should have one from the Buu saga. The Moro arc, we should probably get a Dende as well. You know, Dende contributes quite a bit throughout the series. So he does deserve a card for sure. More Namekians to buff that team and buff the Android saga Piccolo to potentially transform as well. Always a good thing. So Vegeta. Now, I would say Vegeta is probably the most likely to be like a banner unit because we have this category right here, which is very, very fodder. The Angel category, the Otherworld. What is it called exactly? I think it's Otherworld Warriors, right? Let me pull it up real quick. This category is absolute fodder. And one of the reasons is because despite the fact that Vegeta does so much damn fighting as an Angel in the end of the Buu saga, we have nothing related to him whatsoever. There's only this free-to-play Angel Super Saiyan Vegeta. That is all we have. We need a base Angel Vegeta. We need a Super Saiyan Angel Vegeta, so this guy could get a Dokkan Awakening. And then we also need a Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta. Now, I mean, Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta puts in a lot of work against Kid Buu, right? He does fight Kid Buu quite a bit. Vegeta does fight Buuhan. I mean, it's at points in the Buu saga, they choose not to put the electricity on characters, so sometimes it does get sort of hard to tell if characters are using Super Saiyan 1 or Super Saiyan 2, because the distinction, like for Gohan and Vegeta, the distinction between Super Saiyan 1 and 2 is very, very small, apart from the very noticeable electricity that they get, right, as part of their transformation. Even with Goku, sometimes just the way he's drawn, it can be kind of hard to tell when he's in Super Saiyan 1 or Super Saiyan 2, right? The differences in the hair are very, very subtle. It's not like, you know, Gohan in the Cell Saga, it's very obvious, right? All the Buu Saga characters, it's not obvious when they're Super Saiyan 2. So, you know, that's one of the big things they've got to give us, is Angel Vegeta to buff this guy. Because look at this. No one runs this guy as no one runs him. Nobody runs this guy. Because you have two categories that suck, basically. I mean, Super Saiyan 3 is not exactly what I would call a great category. You know, as soon as they drop Super Saiyan 3 Vegito and Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta, yeah, people are going to start running it. But until then, no one runs that guy. So buffs for Otherworld Warriors is good. Buu Gotenks, again, does a ton of things. I mean, we know how there's a Gotenks and Ghost card. I mean, we easily could get a Buu Tanks and Ghost card. We can get a Buuhan and Ghost card. You know, that could be an easy way. So let's say the Dokkanfest exclusive. Let's go with Garesh's idea, because Garesh is usually correct, right? So let's say it's a Buu Gotenks. What if as the banner unit is Buu Gotenks and Ghost? So, like, they would share, like, the entire same link set, right? With the link level update, right? Because I mentioned Majin Buu units have gotten so ridiculously, obscenely, powerfully buffed from this update that it almost seems as though the update was designed for these Buu characters, right? So I really think we could see a Buu Gotenks and Ghost. That would be a really good idea for them to do. Okay, so yeah, here's how he transforms into Buu Ultimate Gohan, right? The Gotenks fusion wears off inside his body. Then he goes ahead and, absorbs Gohan, goes into Buu Ultimate Gohan. This easily, like, his entire transformation, like, scene could be him, Buu Gotenks, defuses into Buu Piccolo, absorbs Gohan, then he's Buu Ultimate Gohan. Like, that could be the entire transformation sequence right there. Or he could go, Buu Gotenks, Buu Piccolo, Buu Gohan. There's a lot of different ways they could do this, honestly. There is. So, it'll be interesting to see. Tien, obviously, like, come on. Just do it. Just give it... like, if they made, like, this Tien, like, I don't know what they could do. Maybe not a high damage dealer, but, they could give him, like, a 70% chance to stun. He could have 70% damage reduction. He could have dodge. Make him that type of unit. Would be very interesting for the Earthling category, again, for the Buu Saga team. I mean, Tien does show up, and he does not really do that much, but, I mean, he helps out a little bit, right? I don't think this Tien right here is just not a card at all in-game. This is not a character that's in-game, this outfit for Tien. So this would be a perfect time to create a card for him. Again, here's Goku with the Potara. Again, when he shows back up, he's already got the Potara on. So we could easily have a base Goku. Honestly, Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan 2, and Super Saiyan 3, all of them. Because, I mean, again, he fights Buu with Vegeta, and he's kind of like bouncing between Super Saiyan forms. And he's got the earring on. So they easily could make that Goku on the Potara category as a buff for that. Because again, it's so small. I think that would be a very, very good idea for them to do. Again, here we go. This should be a character. I mean, my boy Ryuden is saying yes, yes. But this needs to be a character right here. Super Saiyan 3 Goku on the Potara category. Because again, it appears as though the distinction they make is if characters do eventually fuse with the Potara earrings, which Goku doesn't take the earring off. Then the next time Goku takes his earring off is after him and Vegeta defuse, right? So I think you very easily could make this guy and then put him on the Potara category, because people will go, oh, why isn't Gohan on the Potara category? Because he doesn't fuse. Goku does. That's the difference, right? So I do think he could be on there. Again, here's Angel Vegeta fighting Buuhan. Buuhan works his ass bad, right? But, giving us a Super Saiyan Angel Vegeta, Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta, something like that would be very, very wise. Okay, now everyone wants this very bad, right? We have two Potara fusions, Goku and Dende and Goku and Hercule. I mean, this has got to be a card. Like, stop playing around with me. This has to be a card. I don't have screenshots, but I believe in Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2, Buu can absorb Vegeta and Buu can absorb Frieza. I think those would make for very interesting characters in the future as well. Like Super Buu Vegeta absorbed and Super Buu Frieza absorbed. They could easily... I think there's a Cell one too, isn't there? I think so. Like, those would make for very interesting characters. Like, that's a very easy way that they could sort of, like, Dokkan would never die, right? Adding these fusions in here. But yes, everyone badly wants these guys. And I would love to see them as well. Certainly would make for interesting banner units, right? Goku and Hercule fusion. I mean, I don't know how good he'd be. Or what they would do. But, I mean, I have to imagine... the day the download hits, or, the Dokkan now happens, and we see this guy, I'm thinking people are going to get pretty damn excited, so. Okay, yeah, so we've got the Goku and Vegeta card. This is from when they're fighting Buuhan, right? Now, keep in mind that the physical LR Gogeta, the 3-year anniversary unit, is Angel Goku and Angel Vegeta, and then the 3-year anniversary unit, the Vegito, is just Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Vegeta, right? Whereas, the way it actually happened, both of them were Angel in the movie when they fused into Gogeta, and then in the Buu Saga, only Vegeta is Angel. So they could easily give us a Super Saiyan Goku / Angel Vegeta card. Bam, right? That would not overlap with any other Goku and Vegeta currently in the game. And then the Vegito card is going to be a base Goku and then an Angel Vegeta base card. So that's going to be very interesting to see. So this could be a card that they could give us. Again, any Goku and Vegeta stuff is going to obviously sell like crazy. Vegito, the Big Daddy, he is going to be the main unit. Now, it's going to be interesting, right? Because we know it's going to be Goku and Vegeta. They'll fuse. I saw some talk that maybe he could even immediately transform, right? So the card could be, again, base Goku and Angel base Vegeta. Whatever condition it is, maybe third turn they fuse, right? That makes sense. Third turn they fuse, and then the entire animation would be them fusing together, right? Yosha Vegito pops out, and then he could immediately go Super Saiyan. So, like, so the card would go base Goku and Vegeta into Super Saiyan Vegito. Because in the manga, Vegito does not fight in base. He immediately goes Super Saiyan because Goku asks Old Kai, like, should we go Super Saiyan before we fuse? Old Kai says, nah, you're going to be permanently fused, so go Super Saiyan after you fuse. And then Vegito does that. After they fuse, he goes Super Saiyan, and the manga beats Buu's ass. In the anime, you have the one episode where base Vegito, torches Buu, right? So, I think there's a very good possibility of that. That would also be good, right? And honestly, third turn, it could be a third turn active skill. Like, maybe Goku and Vegeta are like a powerful defensive support type unit or something like that for turn 1 and 2. Then you could choose the active skill into Vegito, who maybe this Vegito would be like the most overpowered offensive unit in the game or something like that, right? Like 300% attack with counters or something. I don't know. They could be like, who cares? There's no PvP. It's not like it's Legends where it's like, oh great, we released Vegito Blue and we ruined the game. No one wants to play now. It's you could just release this guy as the best unit in the game by far, and no one, like, again, people are kind of like, oh, Vegito again, but like once he's, insane, people are gonna be like, oh, okay, Vegito, yeah. I promise people are not gonna be upset. Now, a lot of people want this right here. So, Buu, Vegito is stalling, so Buu will absorb him. So Vegito is just sort of playing around with Buu, and Buu does like literally every technique he's ever done against anyone else ever on Vegito, and Vegito just counters everything he does. One of the moves Buu does is he turns himself into liquid and tries to like basically explode Vegito's body from the inside out. But it doesn't work because Vegito is just God, right? Like, I don't think this is going to be like a card or a form or anything like that because, again, it's Buu inside of him that causes him to do this. And then Vegito just focuses his ki, and then he contains Buu into various parts of his body. So I don't think this is going to be a card, but I know a lot of people have been talking about that. Then, of course, there's Angel Yamcha and Angel Krillin, who do show up. Again, we badly need Angel cards here to buff that Otherworld category. This would be really good because this would give us 2 new characters for the Earthling category as well. Angel Krillin and Angel Yamcha. It just needs to be done. For sure. And then Olibu as well, they need to release because he's an Earthling. They say he's from Earth. So that'd be another Earthling category character. It's just shit they've got to do, right? Buff these weaker categories. You easily could put a Angel Yamcha as a brand new summonable unit on the banner alongside Vegito. You could easily do that. There's no reason not to. Just like I think how Buu Gotenks, Buu Gotenks plus Ghost could be a card. We can get Buuhan plus Buu's Ghosts as a card. That would work out very well. Then inside Buu's head, this is sort of like the last stuff I've got. Goku and Vegeta kind of fight like these dream versions of Gotenks, Piccolo, and Ultimate Gohan inside Buu's head. They could maybe do something like that. I don't know. I mean, it would be interesting. It would be a way to have like new named characters. We would see though. But hey, they could also give us Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks / Ghosts. I mean, there's so many different things they could do with a lot of these characters. I don't know. I'd love to see it. Again, I don't think we're probably gonna approach Kid Buu territory during this celebration, but we will see. Because it's like we know there's gonna be a legendary summon banner. What, on like the 14th right here? Apparently, the Dual Dokkanfest drops on the 31st. We will see, because the Dokkan Now, I feel as though it seems very possible as though the Dokkan Now, the banners could drop like when the Dokkan Now goes live. I think that's very possible. Then on the 14th right here, we're gonna get a legendary summon banner. Now the thing is, who is gonna be the legendary summon banner? Because honestly, I would say that during this sequence, like, Vegito and Super Buu are the only two, like, summonable LR worthy characters, right? Like, unless they're gonna do, like, just like a Goku and Vegeta combined, that's gonna be a legendary summon. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, they could easily do. I mean, they could easily do 31st is, you know, base Goku and Vegeta that fuse, and then of course we get the, you know, let's say Buu Gotenks that goes into Buu Gohan, right? Then on the 14th they could drop Super Vegito summonable LR. I mean, they easily could do that, right? There's nothing stopping them. A lot of people really want the Spirit Bomb, you know, Goku, and then Kid Buu. But, I mean, I don't think they're going to drop those as legendary summon characters in a Part 2 banner. To me, the Spirit Bomb Goku, like, you know, Goku and Vegeta, Hercule Buu, and then Kid Buu, I mean, that to me is another dual Dokkan Fest celebration, potentially for New Year's, I think. Maybe 6th year anniversary, probably not, but it could be. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't think Spirit Bomb Goku or Kid Buu are just going to be a legendary summon banner. I don't think so. So let me know what you guys think. It's going to be... I say that. I don't think it's going to be Kid Buu or Spirit Bomb Goku, but, like, again, like, what are they going to drop? Like, remember last year, they made it seem super obvious it was going to be Bye Guys Goku, Instant Transmission, Kamehameha Goku. He had all this new art in-game and stuff like that, and then it was just LR Android 16, 17, and 18. So, and I guess that was, they went backwards for that, didn't they? So, I mean, maybe we could see, like, an LR Gotenks. Because there's not an LR Gotenks in-game. I mean, we have the Goten and Trunks, but that's it. There's not, like, an LR Gotenks. I don't think we would see LR Ultimate Gohan, because we just got Ultimate Gohan and JP, right? But then again, I mean, you know, Global hasn't gotten that Gotenks card yet. I mean, he's going to come in November. Again, the Gotenks and Exchange Buu should be November. But I don't... Could they do, like, an LR Ultimate Gohan or an LR Gotenks? I guess they could. I mean, because the Gohan and Gotenks are both transforming cards, right? So they could drop, like, a Super Saiyan Gotenks LR that transforms into Super Saiyan 3, and then maybe have, like, a standalone Ultimate Gohan LR for the Legendary Summon banner. I think that would work. I feel like people would be very excited with that. And then that Ultimate Gohan you'd still be able to use with the transforming one that just came out on JP, and is honestly probably coming to Global in October. I would imagine that Ultimate Gohan is going to be released in this time frame for Global. Right here. That's what I think. And then, you know, you go a couple weeks later, the second week in November, I think that's where Buu and whatchamacallit are going to release. Buu and Gotenks. And then, you know, start of December, Blue Kaioken Goku, Evolution Blue Vegeta, and then Full Power Jiren will be in December as well. That's sort of the way I think the global time frame is going to work. So let me know what you guys think. The download celebration is going to be very, very hype. Again, a lot of people are kind of bummed about Vegito, but it's one of those things where once he drops, trust me, people are going to be very, very, like once he drops, people are going to be thrilled. I do think making him the best unit in the game is a wise decision, by the way. I do. Right now, I would say it's Jiren, and people are just not really too thrilled about that, right? You just make it this Vegito, people are going to be happy. That's just how it is. And Dokkan's going to make a lot of money, which is important, right? So, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I will catch y'all next time.